help us to cleanse, and we can do this in lots of different ways. And over the next 4 weeks, we'll be exploring what we can do on our mat, but also off our mat as well, just to make us feel good and just to bring some more happiness into our lives, both internally and also how we feel on the outside, and how we look can really be reflected in our practice, what we're doing through our yoga, but also little tips that we can do just to boost ourselves. So I'd like to just read you a little bit to start, and then we will move through some really cleansing postures and some nice breathing techniques as well that I'd like to share with you. So as we know, when we feel tired and we feel a bit weighed down by stress or worries or so many things we have to do, maybe also from a lack of exercise and some poor food and drink choices, that applies to most of us, we can sometimes feel really sluggish, lose a bit of motivation, don't have particular energy. So we can give our body and our mind a reboot with a detox and a cleanse. And our yoga can help us to feel cleaner on the inside, but also on the outside. And the postures that I'd like to consider this evening are all really good for cleaning our lungs, which I thought is a really good place to start, given that we still have all these horrible bugs around us. And as we know, we often don't breathe deeply enough. And it's really important that we try and breathe right down into the lower lobes of our lungs, rather than just breathing more shallowly. So through our practice, we obviously are really focusing on that breath. So when we're moving through the sequences tonight and for the rest of the month, I really want you to think about extending that breath to make it deeper and to try and keep the balance and length between all your inhales and all your exhales, so that we can breathe right down to the bottom of our lungs, exhaling any stale air and then drawing as much oxygen into our body as possible through our breath. This also really helps with our prana, with our energy. If we can draw that breath in and breathe really deeply into our bodies, it's going to lift us, make us feel more energetic and happier overall. So from here, I'd like you to start with some breathing work. So I'm not going to mirror you, but if you gently close over your right nostril, and I should say if you have asthma or you're a bit blocked, then please don't do this, okay? Just gently closing over the right nostril, and then just allow your fingers to draw slowly up to the sky, just like little antennae. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Keeping your head in a nice neutral position. And think about inhaling and exhaling through that left nostril. And if it helps, maybe counting to 4 for each inhale and each exhale. And just noticing the sound of your breath. Just being aware of where you can feel that breath moving through your body. Feel it moving through your throat, down into your lungs, feeling that expansion of your chest, knowing that your breath is life. And every time you exhale, feeling that softening of your shoulders. Trying to relax any tension through your face. Knowing that you can always come back to your breath. Beautiful. So keep going with this lovely rhythm. Taking 3 more rounds of breath here with your right nostril gently closed. When you're ready, releasing, but keep that lovely rhythm. And then we're going to change sides. So gently closing over the left nostril. And again, if you are asthmatic, then just take these breaths through both nostrils. And trying to breathe right down to the bottom of your lungs, drawing in as much oxygen as you can. 3 more breaths on this side. And then carefully take your hands down to your knees when you're ready, releasing. And then you're going to take 5 deep ha breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing everything to just leave your body through this exhale. Feel yourself relaxing, feeling all that energy just gently moving out, creating space. Could just do this for an hour, how lovely. Beautiful. So just breathing normally now through your nose. And most of the postures that we try and focus on for cleansing involve opening up through our chest and also lots of twists, which is kind of like a wringing out of our abdominal area. So that helps to release toxins, helps to free up space. So make sure that your hands are just gently over your knees. And as you inhale, lifting your chest forwards, looking up. And exhaling to round your shoulders, tucking your navel back towards your spine. Moving through this little flow, keeping that nice balance through your body. And gently bringing yourself back to neutral before coming into this lovely, lovely arched back. Connect with your breath and just notice what's happening in your abdomen here. Pressing that chest forwards and back. Nice. Maybe you're feeling a little calmer already. I certainly hope so. Taking 3 or 4 more rounds here. And then coming back to neutral, lifting up through your arm. Take it to your opposite ear and we're gently going to extend, opening up through the side of our neck. Feeling yourself surrendering here, trying to bring yourself into the present moment. Inhaling, arm to the sky, softening down. Inhaling, and then drawing that opposite ear up to the sky. Breathing into the side of your neck, nice and easy. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, softening down. And then take some nice big circles through your hips. It's just going to ease out through your lower back. And again, just scanning your abdominal area and just see what's happening here for you. Does it feel good? Do you feel you can let go? And the next time you're at the front, gently changing direction, always keeping it balanced. Beautiful, well done. Take your time now to come onto all fours. I'm going to warm up even more to our spine by taking some cat-cow, so you know what to do. Just check your alignment, check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are stacked under your hips. This is a great opportunity to really focus on that equal breath. Just ensuring that you inhale as you press your tailbone away, looking forwards. And exhale, tilt that pelvis the opposite way, arch your back. And if it feels good and you want to stay for an extra couple of breaths, then please do. This might be the first time you've had a really good stretch in a while, so just go easy. Three more rounds. And then bringing yourself back into child's pose. Going into extended child's pose. Really stretch these fingers first. Extend your tailbone back, knees nice and wide, and just softening down here. Allowing yourself to let go completely, creating more space, allowing all this energy or prana in your body to really move freely. A few more breaths here. Pressing that tailbone back behind you. See if you can lengthen just a little bit more through your spine, but make sure that you're comfortable. Take your time now to come up onto your knees. Relaxing the shoulders down your back. And inhale, reaching to the sky. Wonderful lengthening through the sides, the front and the back of your body. Pressing the tops of your feet down into the floor. Exhaling, bring your hands down the centre line of your body. And place them onto your lower back. We're just going to take supported, I've forgotten what it's called, camel. So inhaling, lifting that chest to the sky. Opening up your heart, lifting your heart to the sky. And taking up to 5 breaths here. One more breath. And inhaling to come up to neutral. Take your hands back behind you to the sides of your feet or your ankles as we come into rabbit pose, Sasangasana. Tucking your chin in towards your chest and bringing the top of your head down towards the mat. This is a wonderful opener just through the upper back. Just gently extending these arms back towards your feet. Inhaling, coming up, back to all fours. And take your time to find tiger leg stretch. Another wonderful way to give ourselves a really full body stretch here. If you want to go further, take your left arm forwards. Drawing that navel back to your spine once more. Toning your abdominal muscles. And feeling strong and good. One more breath. Exhaling and draw that right knee in towards your forehead as you arch your back. Drawing it back. And then bringing it back in on an exhale. So inhaling as you take it away. Filling these lungs with oxygen. Exhaling it in. Just finding your rhythm. And then carefully lowering that knee, changing side in your own time, and just be mindful of your knees. On your next exhale, draw that knee all the way in towards your forehead. And then inhale, take it back, lifting up through your chest. So just try that a few times. But again, be careful of your wrists and your knees. You can come to rest at any point. One more. Back to neutral, softening back towards your heels for supported child's pose, one arm on top of the other, and just relax your forehead or your cheek down here. Allow yourself to soften and just come back to your natural breathing. Two more breaths here in supported child's pose. And then slowly coming up, preparing to come down onto your tummy. And take your arms back by your sides. We're going to come in to locust, which is another really wonderful one for our lungs, to really help to cleanse here. So as you inhale, lifting that chest, but don't tilt your head back. You want to keep your head in line with your spine here. If you can, lift your legs, fingertips extending back towards the bottom of your mat. Point your toes if that's comfortable. Breathing all the way into your abdomen. Visualizing cleansing and healing happening right now. Two more breaths. I'll come down now if you need to. And exhaling to come into crocodile. Surrender the whole of your body here. Relax restore in these next few breaths. Try smiling. It makes everything seem even nicer. And our next asana that we're going to come into is bow pose, which is really great to massage our stomach and our lungs. And it also helps to remove any stale air from the bottom of our lungs. So for Dhanurasana, bow pose, bend your legs at the knees, coming down onto your chest and your tummy, and reach back one hand at a time. See if you can take hold of maybe the ankles, maybe the sides of the tops of your feet. If you can't reach, don't worry, just keep your legs bent. If you can reach, knees about hip width apart, gently lifting these legs and lift your chest. Again, keep your head in line with your spine. Wonderful back bend. Breathing into this massage. So just take as many breaths here as feels comfortable. Remember, we're just going softly. We want to just be gentle. When you're ready, slowly coming down, come back to crocodile. And whichever cheek you were facing down the first time, turn your head the opposite way. Allow your body to come back to its natural state. Deep, full breaths. Wonderful. So preparing now to come in, let's take our hands to the outsides of our mat, and we're going to do a little flow for seal pose. So as you inhale, lifting your chest, coming towards straightening your arms, and exhaling, lowering down. So not only does this build upper body strength, but it's also, not surprisingly, wonderful for our lungs. Just inviting in all that fresh oxygenated blood. Also helping to remove toxins. Feeling really strong here. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can come up onto your fingertips, making little tents with your hands. This is really good for toning all the muscles in our hands, but be careful. Challenging yourself to completely fill your lungs and completely empty them. Really getting down to the base of our lungs and lower lobes. And the next time you're up, I'm going to get you to hold it. So this is Cobra. Hold this pose. Taking another 3 or 4 breaths. If you can, but remember, just come to rest whenever you need to. Listen to your body. Take a deep inhale wherever you are, and exhale, lowering down, coming back once more to crocodile. Savouring this resting pose. Let it go. So don't move yet. I'm going to tell you about fish pose's benefits for our lungs, and then in a minute we'll roll over. So fish has got lots of different variations, so I'll give you the options in a minute. But it's the perfect asana to cleanse our lungs. It can remove toxins from our air passages, and it cleanses our lungs so that you can take more oxygen in. So this is obviously really, really good for our body. So when you're ready, just take your time rolling onto your back. And then if you want to take supported Matsyasana, fish pose, just coming down onto your elbows, point your toes, and then you can lift your chest. You're keeping your bottom on the floor here. Perhaps looking back slightly if that's okay for your neck. But if you want to go further, you can take your palms down, backs of your hands underneath your buttocks, and then lift the chest from here and lower your head back. So you need to slide your body up a little, bringing the crown of your head down towards the mat. If you want to go further still, lifting your legs. So find your fish pose. And drawing up to your pelvic floor muscles is going to really engage your root lock and work your internal core. Two or three more breaths, whichever version you're in. And then carefully lower your elbows down, come onto your back and bring your knees up to your chest for Apanasana, squeezing them in. This pose is fantastic for massaging our organs and our abdomen, so it really boosts our digestive system. Inhaling, lifting your legs to the sky. Coming into dead bug pose, so press away through your heels, fingertips reaching up away from your body. Feeling nice and aligned through the back of your body. Breathe here. Hugging your knees back in, and this time gently rocking side to side across your sacrum. And then place your feet on the floor, about hip width apart, and take your arms out so you're making a nice T shape. Head on the floor, inhaling deeply, and as you exhale, allow your knees to roll out to the right hand side of your body and turn your head to the left. So you're really familiar with this wonderful side twist, and it compresses your lung, but when we come back to centre in a few breaths, it allows all the nutrients to rush back into our lungs. Two more breaths. And when you're ready on an inhale, bring these knees back to centre and exhale them out the opposite way. Turn your gaze, gently moving into this twist. Keeping your breaths long, drawing in all that oxygen, breathing out all that carbon dioxide. Two or three more breaths, just because it feels so good. As you inhale, draw your knees back to centre and hug them up to your chest once more. Taking hold of the fronts of your knees and take some nice big circles through your ankles. And what's happening here for you through your feet, your legs, your ankles, your knees. This gentle practice allows us to really bring our awareness fully into the present. This is what our practice is all about. And then place your feet on the floor, rolling onto your right hand side, and use your hands to support you to come up to sit. When I've been doing all my reading, it suggests that there should be a focus on seated and lying postures when we're talking about cleansing. But there are obviously quite a few that we can do standing too. We will come up, but we're just going really easy. So let's come into butterfly or cobbler's pose. Extending through your spine, sitting nice and straight. And on every exhale, just allow these knees to gently roll out to the sides of your body. And cleansing through our hips, our whole pelvic area. Really good for reproductive health and also for our lower backs. And on your next exhale, taking it into a gentle forward fold. Just go where you can. Shoulders down from your ears. Breathing into this gentle compression of your lungs. Inhaling deeply to come up to neutral. Keep your legs for the R if you're comfortable, and hands behind you, fingers facing away, opening up through your chest. This really fantastic counter pose. Expansion through your lungs, opening up your heart space too. One more breath. Coming back to neutral, keep your hands where they are, and gently, gently take your knees from side to side. See how good that feels. That's all the oxygenated blood, nutrients rushing back through your knees, down through your quadriceps to your feet. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to come back onto all fours. And just find your cat-cow. Take a few more rounds just to bring our spine back to neutral position. Just searching here for any sensations. Finding that soft edge of the stretch where it feels good in your body. This is why we practice, you want to feel good. And in your own time, coming back to neutral, tuck your toes under, and then we're gently going to roll back towards our heels. So this is going to gently stretch out and cleanse through the soles of our feet. So I'll show you again, just make sure your toes are tucked under, very carefully extending back. If it's uncomfortable, you've gone too far, okay? So press your hands down into the mat, searching for that stretch through the soles of your feet and your ankles. And as you inhale, coming up and lift into downward facing dog. Gazing back softly between your feet. If this is too much, you can bring your knees down carefully. You can always modify. Taking your time on an inhale, we're just going to step our right foot forwards, left foot out, coming up, reaching to the sky, both legs straight initially. Sky Archer, a wonderful way to really open through our chest. Breathing deeply here. That's it, pressing into the outside of your back foot. Well done. Hips square towards the front. You're going to turn out your back heel and we're going to come into high lunge. So get the balance. Just be mindful of your hamstrings and your ankles. Keeping bent leg at the front. And then sweep your arms forwards, extending out from your shoulders. See if you can feel that heat, that's your energy. Exhale, take your arms back and interlink them behind your bottom. So just see if you can find your balance. And then as you exhale, folding forwards over that front foot. If your balance is a little wobbly and you feel safer, turn that back heel in again. That's easier for you. And if you want to go further, lifting these arms away from your body. Exhaling, arms to your bottom. Turn that heel back in, coming up, back to Sky Archer. Turning your hips all the way to the opposite side of your mat to find Sky Archer here. Two more breaths. Keep your arms here, coming onto the ball of that back foot, bending into that front leg. Reaching tall. High lunge. And then exhale, take your arms forwards, reaching out confidently from your shoulders and your armpits. Inhaling and exhale, interlink your fingers behind your back, turning that heel back in if you want to, and staying on the ball of your foot. Bending forwards over that front leg and lift these arms. Let me see how you're doing. Bringing a little bit more heat into the body. Beautiful, well done. Taking that back foot out to the side once more. Coming back to Sky Archer. And then exhaling down the centre line of your body and just step your feet together and give your legs a little shake. And if you want to get a little sip of water, you're very welcome at this point. That's a good stretch through our quads and our hamstrings. So coming to the very front of your mat, big toes touching, extending down through your fingertips. Let's think of our posture here, drawing all the energy up, drawing this breath into our body. On your next inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards. Take your hands to wherever you can reach. Softening the crown of your head downwards. If you want to bend your knees slightly, then of course. Keeping your feet together, you're going to bend your knees on an exhale. And we're going to come into revolved chair pose. So bring your hands in front of your heart. And then we're going to take our elbow out to the side and twisting up to the right first of all. So sitting down into that imaginary chair, but twisting here, looking up towards that top elbow. Let me see. Keeping that bottom lowered into that imaginary chair. Beautiful. Top elbow up to the sky. Well done. Feeling that gentle compression again through your lung. Breathing into your back of your body. Inhaling to centre and exhale to the opposite side. Inhaling to centre and uncurling your body, coming back up to stand, and just take some shoulder rolls, take them back, and then just making any movement here that feels good. Any little clunks or clicks, little releases are really healthy as long as it's not painful. Wonderful. So taking your feet slightly wider than your mat, I'm going to come into Goddess flow. So just again be mindful of your knees. I know there's a few of you who've got knee issues, so just be careful. So grind down through both feet and inhale, reaching tall. Exhaling, bend these knees, coming down the centre line. Inhale, reaching as you straighten these legs. And exhale. So just going with your own breath. You can make it really gentle, or you can make it a little dynamic if you want to go faster. Just make sure that you're completely filling and emptying through your lungs. Two more rounds wherever you are. And then taking your arms back up, just step your feet so that they're hip width apart. Come into extended mountain, extended Tadasana. Reaching tall and then lowering your arms away from your ears, your shoulders away from your ears. Gazing skyward if you can. Filling your lungs, imagining a big balloon in your lung. Blowing it up fully and deflating it completely. And then your next exhale, lowering down the centre line and then rolling your shoulders back a few times. Let's find a relaxed Uttanasana. Inhaling, extending up. Exhale, softening, bend your knees, take your opposite elbow and just allow everything to soften and surrender here. And as you exhale, carefully lowering your bottom down to the floor and take your legs out in front of you. Yeah, that's enough standing poses. Let's just cool our jets again, shall we? Gently pressing away through your heels. And then coming into cradle pose. Softening through our hips. Taking that foot across towards the right. Gently, gently rotating. This will just depend on the flexibility in your hips. It varies from person to person, so just be careful, you don't overextend. Your body will tell you if it's not right. Placing that foot carefully on the outside of that straight leg, staying here or stacking your knees under each other or bending that opposite knee if that's comfortable for you. Drawing our arm over to the right hand side, finger skywards. Inhale as you lengthen, and then carefully moving into this twist, Marichyasana. And when you're at your soft edge of the stretch, make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your face, your throat are relaxed. Gently massaging, cleansing through your lungs. Every exhale is drawing out toxins, boosting your health and your immune system. Two more breaths. Allow yourself to center on an inhale and curling and swing wiping these legs. And then straightening them, coming back up to sit in neutral position before taking cradle pose on the opposite side. You may notice that there's a little difference in flexibility from one side to the other. It's perfectly normal. Placing that foot really lovingly down on the mat and finding your preferred position for your legs before moving into Marichyasana on the opposite side. You may have noticed we're holding this slightly longer than we normally do. It just really increases the elimination of any toxins. Two or three more breaths. And on your next inhale, taking your time to come to centre. We'll screen wiping our legs once more. And then taking your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Inhaling, creating space through our chest, and then softening forwards. Again, gently compressing our lungs just to breathe out anything stale at the bottom of them. Let it go. Notice with regular practice that your flexibility will slowly increase. You'll be able to bring your tummy and your chest slightly further down towards your legs. A few more really lovely cleansing breaths here. Two more breaths. And on your next inhale, coming up Extending up through your arms, press away through your heels, and see if you can lift your heels off the floor here. Reaching up, creating space through the sides of our body, allowing that energy to move more freely. One more breath. Palms together as you exhale, softening all the way down. And this time just take your hands onto your knees and you're just going to tuck your chin to your chest. And then just curl your top body down. Searching for that stretch through the back of your neck, the top of your spine. And take your breath there. Slowly inhaling to uncurl that spine, coming up to centre, and then take your hands behind you, lifting through that chest, keeping your bottom on the floor. One more breath. Coming back up to neutral, sweep your arms forwards, coming onto your sitting bones, find that balance, and let's take supported boat, supported Navasana. Softly placing your palms on to your calf muscles, looking ahead. Keep that chest forwards, try not to slump through our lower back. Strong breaths. Breathing into your tummy, well done. Nice balancing. One more breath. And place your feet gently down on the floor. Extend your arms forwards. Take your feet about hip width apart. Inhaling deeply all the way down into your tummy. And exhaling, rolling carefully down. And bring your elbows down when you need to come to lie on your back with your legs bent at the knees. So just take a few resting breaths here. And if it feels good, take some Ha breaths by breathing out through your mouth and in through your nose. There's a lot of research being done on breathing, as you would imagine. And if we can breathe through our noses rather than our mouths, this is much better for our health, because obviously we're not breathing in as many toxins and pollutants, and it also allows us to breathe more deeply if we're breathing through our nose. So our yoga is really great, especially when we get older, we tend to breathe more through our mouths. So it's just a reminder to use the power of our breath with our nose when we can. So finding broken bridge, if you're not familiar with this one, just take your feet to the outside of your mat, maybe even off your mat. You just need to adjust, depends on the length of your legs, and allow your knees to roll in towards each other so that you can feel that gentle stretch. There's a gentle rotation here through our hips. Your head's still on the floor. Just adjust your shoulders so you have a natural curve through your lower back. So if you want to go further, you can extend your arms up and overhead, creating a bit more space through your chest. Just soften your body, breathing here. Maybe closing over your eyes, and knowing that each breath is cleansing and gently energizing too. And as you inhale, draw your knees up to your chest, squeezing them in. How good does that feel? pressing away through your left leg, but keeping that right knee into the side of your abdomen. Press away through both heels. Wind relieving pause. Wonderful to really soothe a digestive system. Perhaps we've overindulged the last week or so. So this is really cleansing for our colon. Pressing that knee in towards your body. Take a deep inhale and exhale that leg away. Inhale left knee up to the left side of your abdomen. That's it, breathing into your quadricep. Feeling that gentle massaging of your organs here in your tummy. Inhaling and exhale, gently pressing it away. Inhale, arms to the sky, and exhale them overhead, backs of the hands down towards the floor. Pointing through your toes, how long and lean can you make your spine? Feeling really alive with this gorgeous, gorgeous stretch. One more breath. Inhaling, arms up to the sky, and exhale down by your sides. Now is the time to let it all go. So if you've got everything you'd like to get for your Shavasana, I'm going to do a little guided visualization and then give you a minute or two to rest completely in your Shavasana. So make sure you're cozy. I recommend maybe you just put on some socks or a long sleeve top or a blanket. Get nice and cozy, make a little nest. And remember, if you want to stay in Shavasana at the end, you don't have to come and join us in easy pose. I'll give you that option. I'm going to tell you a story. So this is just a little visualization to help you find your stillness and to help your mind to feel nice and calm in your complete full body relaxation. And it's called Just Be Here With Me. Softening over your eyes, palms facing upwards. Allow your whole body to relax. I'm going to give you a series of different images and just allow your mind to move from one to the next, not dwelling too long on each one. Just let your mind guide you through the colours, the sights, the sounds, maybe the smells. In your mind's eye, visualise the moon, the stars, summer, your still hot cup of coffee or tea, your daughter, your son, your lover, your heart, the green grass, the wild flowers, the waters you long to swim in, the colour yellow, colour blue. Your favourite poem. Your favourite blanket. The wind in your hair. The waves on the ocean. Your bones. Your belly laugh. Your breath. Your breath. Your breath. The singing bowl marks the end of our Shavasana and the end of our practice this evening. Very, very slowly begin to bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes, and gently moving your head from side to side. And if it feels good, extend your arms overhead, lengthening through the whole of your body. And then hug your knees up to your chest, squeezing them in, giving yourselves a big hug. And gently rocking side to side across your sacral spine. And then placing your feet on the floor in front of you, or maybe rolling onto your side. And I invite you to rub the palms of your hands together and gently place them over your closed eyelids, breathing in all that wonderful energy, all that oxygen, knowing that you are cleansed, feeling a sense of peace. And then rub them together once more. And again, savour all that wonderful energy, drawing it in. And then widening your fingers, slowly opening your eyes if you're coming out of your Shavasana. Otherwise, you're very welcome to just stay here a little longer. And if you're coming up, just take your time to come to sit. Relaxing your shoulders, hands gently resting on your knees. And taking 3 nice deep inhales and exhales. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra in front of your heart, honouring our practice. And our quote is from Amit Ray in relation to energy. We've talked a lot about that this evening, releasing energy, increasing it. And he says, yoga is not just repetition of a few postures. It is more about the exploration and discovery of the subtle energies of life. Thank you so much for your company. I look forward very much to seeing you soon. Drink lots